We're back with another Age of Mythology Retold casted game. Today we're watching Best Numbers, the Loki. Apparently this guy is Bachi from the DoD clan, or Baki, not sure how to say it, but we're going to call him Best Numbers today, against Zucculo, who I actually played against in the Keen team game tournament back, I believe that might have been last year or maybe the start of this year. But these are two very strong guys, and this game is amazing. But unfortunately the intro didn't record properly, so I'm doing this over the top. And now back to past Moose quite a while ago, and he is an extremely strong player. I'm not sure if he's like a team game main, if he likes his sort of team games or not, but I'm sure he'll be very, very strong in this 1v1 game where we are on the map. It doesn't come up. I'm absolutely blanking. Watering Hole. We're on Watering Hole. It's this kind of very, very big, not wide open. We've got these bits of waters that spawn, and it can spawn very, very defensive. And for this one, we're going to have a look at, maybe have a look at some of the relics. We see a very early spy coming down. Spy onto Sobek Hotep. Nice name. And the reason you want to spy this Ra Pharaoh here is normally he's the one to come over to do a second town center. But sometimes what players do, especially if they're against Lokis, is they're just going to sit this guy on the monument to the villagers and not do anything about it. And he's going to send a priest over to get that second town center up. But also, it is a good thing to spy anyway, because you can basically see the radius of this monument. And normally, you want to place things within the monument. If you're building barracks units, you're going to want to build the barracks here. You're going to want to build the barracks here, so you get the priest efficiency bonus on it. So nice choice of spy, nevertheless. We'll look at some of the town centers. I mean, if you're going for a town center on this map, you kind of want the middle ones. It gets you quite a lot. If you see that your opponent goes for a back town center, so say you're against this yellow player here, and he goes and gets this one, it basically gives you free reign to choose one of these middle ones. You get all the elephants on it, you get all the hippos, you get all the gold mines, and these middle town centers are so good. But they're quite a trek from your main base, so you do really have to you kind of don't want to go for a naked one. You want to get some units to defend yourself, maybe put a bit of pressure on, and then grab one of these basically for free. And it'll be very nice. Temple is coming up. I feel like I've missing some of my sounds. I don't know why. Yep, whatever. Just the game being the game. We're missing out on some of these sounds. We see pretty forward temple going up for best numbers. Potentially, he's going to want to go for one of these forward settlements. See Forseti coming in. Also got the Demeter's Throne, ox carts, and stuff are cheaper. It's not really that exciting, but you want to grab them anyway. Counter infantry could be nice, especially if we see the axeman coming out for Zucculo. Zucculo grabbing a relic. Actually, he's grabbing this one, which is resources returned on death. Charon's Obel. You don't really want to be losing villagers, but I mean, if you are, you get some resources back. Guess it's not the end of the world. Mountain giants get more crush. I think everything gets more crush because I'm watching it from Zucculo's perspective. Well, not Zucculo's perspective. Best numbers perspective. And the Hersa, he was thinking about going for that second relic, but one issue with Norse is you kind of want your villagers or your builders back, so you can get your barracks up, so you can get some actual units to build these town centers or put the pressure on whatever you're really going for. Building is probably what we're going to see. Yeah, going to see a Great Hall. And then on this side, Zucculo is just going for his hunt. We haven't really seen eco-wise what he's going for. Not going for a town center by the look of it, unless he's going for some kind of delayed one. Also deciding to go through Ptah. Gets Wadjet out. Bit of Longhouse, bit of Great Hall. I expect all these buildings are here because he eventually wants to go for one of these town centers, or potentially it's just a way to defend his forward food, get his gold mine. I mean, if you just look at the sheer amount of food here, it is insane. 900 apiece for these elephants. These are 650. I mean, you've just got so much food here. You could sit here for ages. Even bring these elephants in if you really wanted to. You've got your military units here to kind of do the damage to them. If you just bring them in with your villagers, get the troll to attack it, you won't take any damage. We do see Zucculo coming in with his priest, as we said. So best numbers won't have been able to see that. but is going to spot it with his Hersa nonetheless. As he did see that there was no barracks being built, so you'd assume that a town center's probably being grabbed. Nice attack onto this priest. The villagers could turn around and hit if they really want to, but deciding not to, which means that this relic could get grabbed. Going pure Wadgets. The Wadgets do have to run away, and the Hersa should be able to get taken out by all these arrows being attacking here. And the Wadget will be able to heal back up with the help of the priest and the pharaoh. And these Hersas are just getting so much damage done, managing to not quite managing to take out the laborer, but does stop the town center at about 3/4 complete there. Does have enough Hersas to take down the Wadgets, but the pharaoh does an extreme amount of damage. Even the villagers do a lot of damage. Needs to take down those Hersas, not microing his Wadgets back at all. Manages to take all the Wadgets down. Or one left. But should be able to take that one down. And just huge early damage being done. Troll will be able to go down also. But the town center is still somewhat up. And that is definitely best numbers has done well here to manage to delay this for so long. These villagers haven't been working for absolutely ages. But now the Axemen are out. And the Hersas are going to struggle against those Axemen. Yeah, it's just do hardly any damage to them. The Axemen have that 4 times damage multiplier. Trying to micro just to get one more villager kill. It does just miss it slightly, but nice bit of micro to pull back the Hersa. Hersa doesn't survive. So much early pressure. Just one more whack onto this 3 HP laborer. Trying to get the pharaoh down. But town center is now up. But best numbers. He put so much pressure on there. And now, as we said earlier, he can go back and get one of his own town centers. He can grab this one, or he can grab this one, or he can just go full send. It sort of depends. It's more preference of what you kind of like to do. I mean, with how low HP these villagers are, full send is a pretty good option, to be honest. You just need to make sure you've got enough Hersas to take out the Wadgets, and then you need to make sure you've got enough throwing Axemen or Raiders to take out the standard Axemen there. And the spied pharaoh is paying dividends right now. And yeah, the pharaoh, rightly so, notices all these low HP villagers and goes, yeah, I really don't want to lose these guys. Pharaoh does heal them up extremely quickly. Now, the ball is in best numbers court of what he wants to do. Looks like he has stopped villagers. He's almost in the heroic age. He can almost afford a town center also. So he got an armory up. He doesn't have an armory up, doesn't have a market. So if he wants to go up, he needs to build that right now. No, going for the town center. I think that's the right play, to be honest. It's just the safe play. I think before the buff of all these watchtowers and things, maybe it was better, or it was a slightly better choice to go for the full aggro, or maybe that's just me, because that's the kind of game plan that I like to choose. But the safer play, especially on a map like this, is going for your second town center, bringing all these hippos under. As we said, the sheer amount of food here is insane, and Loki definitely wants that food. He wants to build his raiders out, wants to build his Hersas. They all cost quite a lot of food. Nice little bit of micro there, because why not? Oh, then wants to build his Great Hall this side. Hasn't managed to scout most of the map. There's not normally too much on these outer sides. There's normally just gold mines that you really got to worry about. This is quite a hard map to kind of gold starve on while all these back ones are there. Once all the back ones are gone and then you get the pressure of the middle, then it becomes like a gold rush. But I mean, there's just so many. There's this one, one wall here, plus some kind of Migdal stronghold that you're just not getting to that one. This one also is just so far back. We see Zucculo going for that one. This one you could possibly stop, but we already see the wall coming up. So the gold starves on this map are just very, very difficult. Best numbers. Just spamming up his buildings. Got his 5 military buildings. Zucculo kind of sitting back. So we're getting to the next stage of this game. We have best numbers going for the perpendicular wall. I guess you call that. Just to block off the wall being built. You can also stick a house in here if you really want to. He's even put a gate there. Why not? Just stops the wall stops the wall being built from the Ra perspective. It just delays a bit of time. Now we see the armory going up, and either Bragi or Njord, whatever he decides to go for. I don't think there's no better choice. It just depends what you really want to go for. Whether you want to go for that flaming weapons, or get some mountain giants in and get those raiding cavalry upgrades, really. Or potentially the berserk upgrades the other side. And Zucculo's defending really, really nicely. He's probably going to be going for his heroic age also. We move over to his perspective. He has his armory up. Already has copper weapons even, because he wants to do some damage. Trying to force drop that mining camp to get the 500 gold. Goes straight through Sekhmet. I think Sekhmet makes some good sense. He wants to go for some... he could get the slinger upgrade to do some decent damage against the throwing axemen. Just make slingers absolute menaces against throwing axemen, as you get the damage multiplier of them being a counter infantry, and then they're a normal infantry, so you get that bonus damage as well. So you can just snipe them down so quick. Even back here, I mean, you've got 1,500 gold here with the hippos. It isn't like it's the end of the world to get cut off from the middle. But Best Numbers has the choice of going for all of this, and then if he ever gets pushed off, he's like, well, I've got these bits back here, I've got these ones, I've got wherever his hippos are, which he's already going for. So splitting up the map quite nicely, just spreading out. And could go for this town center whenever he really wants to also. Don't often see walls like this. Definitely a nice little wall. Hillfort trying to go up. There is something about this patch where if you hear the noise that they're in the next stage, just go see if they're trying to slap down a naked Hillfort. You can stop it quite often. I've been burned by this where I've gone, right, I'm in the next stage, let's drop a Hillfort down, and then that just gives a timing for your opponent to come in with a whole load of axemen and just go, nah, you're not dropping that Hillfort down. Sometimes it's better to kind of put some pressure on somewhere else to then build it. Obviously quite difficult for Norse. Or just get all your heavy upgrades and then whack this Hillfort down, and you'll just have the superior army to fight off your axemen there. So it's giving Zucculo a route back into this game where he was, I mean, it is even anyway, but he was definitely on the back foot from earlier. Hasn't even decided that he needs a Migdal yet. I don't think any Migdal stronghold has really been built. Just going pure barracks. He's getting his fourth barracks up. Can probably, I mean, maybe drop a Migdal down this side would probably be a good choice, or just try and defend this side. Try and drop a Migdal exactly where that Hillfort was going. Then that gives you an avenue back into the middle. So he also doesn't have any siege either. We do see the Slings of the Sun upgrade getting pre-queued there, so it isn't actually, no, it is actually coming in. And that is that upgrade that makes the slingers into just pure snipers. Yeah, actually, Scarab's coming in. Probably doesn't even need that siege workshop. But something that Sekhmet does bring is it gives you catapults in the heroic age, and it is insane. Needs to do a bit of micro from these slingers. Nice bit of manually casting that Einherry mixed with flaming weapons to just surround this army. But Shifting Sands is a get out of jail free card. Lovely Shifting Sands. Straight back to the main base. Priest to heal everything back up. Unfortunately, one Scarab gets a bit lost, but one Scarab for flaming weapons. You got to love it. This does give Best Numbers a chance to get his Hillfort back up. The Scarab won't be there in time. Does he have 114? Oh yeah, per attack. He attacks really slow. Okay. Sometimes you look at these numbers and you're like, Jesus, how? So Best Numbers is where he wants to be. Zucculo needs to put on the pressure. Does have his heavy axeman. Does also have his axeman upgrade, giving even more damage there. There is 7 seconds left of this flaming weapon, so kind of has stepped out a little bit early, getting so much value from those just 5 seconds there. Ursa's coming to the back line with a bit of Einherry special as well. This guy knows how to micro. Ursa's getting right onto their back line. Then they've just got to run away. They've just got to run away. The throwing axeman needs to take down the axeman there, and then micros back to the Hillfort also. The priests are just sat back. They're not really doing anything. The slingers, the one thing about the slingers is that there's no slinger upgrade, not even medium slingers. So they could have been doing a lot more damage than they were there. But nice bit of micro. Using that Hillfort garrison micro. Even just using the Einherry special to like zoom in. This guy knows what he's doing. It wouldn't surprise me if he's like, some kind of like ex-League of Legends player or something. Or maybe an RTS where like micro's a little bit more prevalent, like an AoE 2 guy. If you watch some of the AoE 2 guys micro, like if you watch Hera, it's just insane. Obviously, micro is a lot more valuable there. In AOM, the micro there, very, very, very valuable, but it isn't always the same. Whereas like AoE 2, you have those onagers, the catapults that can just one-shot everything. So if you don't know how to micro, I mean, you could lose your whole army in one volley of rocks, which is, well, it is what it is. But it just makes micro so valuable. But the game is still going. It's still relatively equal. I mean, best numbers is making the most of some of these trades. The villager numbers, though, hasn't managed to take any villagers out. Transitioning into Jarls, which is interesting. The Jarls did counter the majority of Zucculo's army, but Zucculo predicted it. He does have the spearman, already a heavy spearman also, so predicted that one very nicely. It takes a while to get those heavy upgrades in. The dock coming through. One thing we haven't seen from Zucculo is a dock. If you could just whack a dock up here, you get a free Leviathan, which is actually a transport ship also. So you can do one of those. As soon as the dock spawns, you then get the Leviathan. You can transfer your ships over, your units over, sorry. Very, very strong. Only the Egyptians have that. Siege tower trying to get away. It's so expensive. Priest can heal this bad boy back up. Yeah, we see the Migdal coming down. Now, I'm quite surprised that Zucculo is on this back gold mine when he knows that he has a wall this side. He could just get a mining camp here, and he could have been gathering from this not so good gold mine for 4,000 gold. And then whenever he's pushed back, he could then go to this safer one. It's kind of an interesting decision to just not go for that one. I think it's those really small decisions that make like a massive difference between some of these guys that are maybe like 17, 1800 against like the 2k players, like Yukavoths of the world. Octopus goes down, and Hell coming in, Osiris coming in also. Been neck and neck this whole game. Hillfort's though, Hillfort's doing so much damage against these barracks units. Second town center in the middle comes up, or third town center. Second town center being built. I've really looked at eco upgrades. Doing really nicely on that eco upgrade. He's got nothing, hasn't had to build farms either. This is the other difference, is the Ra players had to build farms. Obviously, Ra is probably the one civ that wants to build farms. They're so cheap. You have your rain to cast to get even more food. But best numbers, he hasn't had to get any farming upgrades. He hasn't had to build any farms. He's got so much hunt left to get also, so he's absolutely fine. Nice bit of Jarl micro again to try and get on those siege towers. I think the Hillfort should be able to go down. Even getting a longboat out. Longboats have so much damage. So they got, 21 pierce damage against a slinger, which is dealing 4.7. And they get no extra bonus damage against these longboats. Nice play. Even get that Jormundelver spawn as soon as he gets to the Mythic Age. Could potentially drop his Nidhogg over here to just force Zucculo off of gold. Would probably be a nice play. But Osiris is coming in. A good counter to Nidhogg is Son of Osiris. Son of Osiris will tear that bad boy down extremely quickly. And yeah, Jormundelver is just, look at him go. Unfortunately going for a priest. Look how much damage he does to a priest. That's 0.5 times damage also. 240 favor sat in the bank. So Flaming Weapons number 2, potentially. Or just Fire Giant spam. I kind of like Fire Giant spam personally, but there are a couple of priests to deal with it. I guess Son of Osiris, so actually no, Fire Giant spam isn't good. Ignore me. He is going for a second one though, but you kind of want to wait for the Son of Osiris to be gone. Although if he can sit these Fire Giants underneath hill forts, he should be fine. Forward gold being grabbed at Migdal Stronghold coming up, so still nice play from Zucculo. He's just going to be in a little bit of trouble though, because he won't be able to get a third town center. Already behind on the population. Not too bad, because you do have Citadel Center, so Ra or
I mean, Ra Set Isis, any of the Egyptians, they do get a bit more population, depending on which minor gods you go through, so. Catapults coming. We do have Champion on this side versus Heavy everything this side. Only the one Mummy. Only 2 Monuments also, which is kind of something you don't see very often. When you get to this point, you really do need more. Nidhogg coming in on the Son of Osiris. Wants to get some good damage. Flaming Weapons coming in. Nidhogg absolutely whiffs, unfortunately. Don't know where he was going. You got to manually cast that bad boy now because it's automatically set to not happen when he comes in. So, bit of a whiff for the Nidhogg, but does force everything back. Flaming Weapons. Son of Osiris is targeting down that Nidhogg, and we do say that he does take him down pretty quickly, but needs to force him back with those throwing axemen with the flaming weapons. The longboats get flaming weapons as well. Hey, look at him go. I do like that flaming weapons play rather than the poor myth units that are going to get taken down so quickly. Spy, even the spy. Oh, is this the original Pharaoh? He didn't actually go down. He was so low HP. Oof, that fire giant special. And it means that Son of Osiris is getting targeted down. Son of Osiris doing well, but now the ballastas are in. And that is the counter to Son of Osiris from way back when. They just have more range, and they eventually take him down. 4 villagers for both sides. Fire giants coming through this side. The best numbers is on trying to push, even forcing out some mercenary cavalry. Mercenary cavalry is so good at taking out these siege weapons. Or even siege ships. Siege ships aren't a bad choice to go up against Son of Osiris either, if he really wants to do that. Unfortunately, not microing the dragon ship in the right way. And now it's actually giving the chain reaction, the chain lightning reaction to manage to get those hill forts down. But there's so many ballastas coming in. Gold mine almost finished. Son of Osiris. Oh, it's not Son of Osiris. Nidhogg, the other boy, coming through this way. And Zucculo hasn't noticed. Oh, he has noticed. He's getting some chariots out, but not reacting with his villagers. Oh, they're all going to get burnt down. And that is the end of those villagers. That's a 15 villagers or 16 villagers going down. Catapults are a good choice to take out ships. At least on the old game. I don't know how much damage they do now, but they used to be a good choice. Just trying to go for that dot instead. Son of Osiris, 200 HP. And a dream. But Zucculo just going for the slow, steady push. I assume he's got all his upgrades. Doesn't have any Pierce upgrades. Whereas full bronze this side. I'm surprised to not see any Pierce upgrades. It's a bit strange considering it's all slingers. Interesting. He definitely has the resources. Maybe just prioritize the other ones earlier and then just kind of forgot about the PS upgrades. It's definitely something that's kind of possible. Yeah, catapult against ballast is just ridiculous. Need to focus that down. I think it almost one hits them. A Fafnir spawn against the slingers. Oof. It's a slinger barbecue. Forcing that Son of Osiris back also, and that's going to be the end. Best numbers wins. So we figured out who he is. He is a DoD member. He's batchy. So, and a very good player. Nice micro earlier. And that aggression. Stop that town center as well. What a guy.